Dear students, hope all are doing well. Are you all attending the online classes? Yes, don't miss it, okay? Because this is a time of revision, so don't miss any of the classes. Okay, let us recall our previous class. I had given you an exercise, do you remember? Yes, you had to find out the subject and predicate. Hope that all had done it in your rough book, no? Now take it and find out the correct answer. Circle the subject and underline the predicate of the sentence. Look here, Alison jumped on her bed. Alison is a subject and the rest is a predicate. So go through those answers and evaluate yourself, as it is a very simple topic. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Now let us move on to the activity 1 of lesson 2, learning the game. Look at the picture. One day, people from across the world would come and watch you play, said Achareka sir. Sachin, the god of cricket. Look at the picture there. Here, Achareka sir was able to foresee similar pictures even when Sachin was a school cricketer. Not only Achareka sir, but also his father, brother played an important role in Sachin's career. List out their roles. So here are some points for you to write. You have to write about Ramesh Tendulkar, Sachin's father, Ajit Tendulkar, Sachin's brother, and Achareka sir, Sachin's coach. Yes, I know you all know the answers, no? Yes. From this lesson, we understood that the role of his father, brother, and sir. And here are some points for you. Take it down in your textbook. Okay? In your textbook, write it down in the space given. And should learn the role of each person in Sachin's life. Because see the next part. In the light of the points listed above, you should prepare a write-up on the role played by others in molding a legend, that is Sachin Tendulkar. Write-up you are familiar because in the last lesson we had prepared a write-up related to the good hygiene, good habits. So here we have to write a write-up based on the role played by his father, brother and coach in molding Sachin's life. Okay? Write up, molding the legend. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. For achieving success in life, sometimes we want someone to motivate us, someone to guide us, someone to inspire us. Here in the extract, we can see Ajit, Sachin's brother, is a person who discovered the talent in him, and Achareka sir is a person behind his success. Finding out the talent in Sachin and developing them was a role played by Ajit and Achareka. The great leader and orator Abraham Lincoln was also motivated by his childhood friend Dennis Hanks. Almost every great person had the story of someone behind the curtain helping him to grow to fame. Sachin's father Ramesh Tendulkar also allowed him to change the school and advised him to take cricket seriously. He encouraged his son, saying all he wanted him to do was to make his best effort without worrying about the results. Cyril Gavaskar and Vivi Richard inspired Sachin. Setting the goal and pursuing it are the main factors we see in the life of Sachin. Is it clear for you? Okay, this is a way you should write a write-up. So copy this in your textbook. Okay. Now let's move on to page number 33, language activities. That activity 1. We had already learned about idioms in the last class. So just we'll try to do the activity here now. A. Read Ravi's daily entry given below and circle the idioms. See there, in the box it is given, the passage is given. Now match the idiom you have identified with their meaning. See the first one, feel sad. What is the idiom there? Yes, the idiom used here is felt blue. See the next one, somebody's responsibility to take action. Which word shows that? Yes, in the umbrellas coat. Then third one, happening very rarely means once in a blue moon. See the next one, raining very heavily means here it is given raining cats and dogs. Okay, an unforgettable day, a red letter day. Clear? So this is a way you should use the idioms. Now B part, try to find out the meaning of the given idioms with the help of the dictionary and use them in your own sentence. Find out the answer and write it in your rough book. Okay. So when you are back to school, these answers will be read in the class. So you should write it in your rough book and keep it safe. Okay. Now look at the second activity. Read the sentences given below and identify and write down the subject and predicate of the sentence given below. I hope it's easy for you. You can do it by yourself. No? First one, life is full of ups and downs. Life is a subject and is full of ups and downs is a predicate. A training school is very expensive. Yes, a training school. It is a subject and the rest is a predicate. So I think you can do. And see the next one. Do you notice a change in verb? Yes, that's a change in verb, no? When life is singular, is came. Training school is also singular, so is came. Helping verb we used is. When children, when it became plural, we used are. Tears, tears were, where it is a past form. So tears are plural, so tears were rolling down his cheeks. Okay, so according to the subject, you should use a verb. If it is singular, we will use singular verb. If it is plural, we will use plural verbs. Let's once again go through some subject-verb agreement rules. See the first one. Yes, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular too. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. When the subject of a sentence is composed with two or more nouns or pronoun connected by and, use a plural verb. When a phrase comes between a subject and a verb, remember that the verb still agrees with the subject. Not a pronoun or noun in a phrase follows the subject of the sentence. Example, student as well as committee members. Student is singular, that is a subject. So here the verb should agree with the subject student. So is came. Okay. The student with all the master's degree is very motivated. Here the student. Here also we are pointing to the subject. So we used is there. The words, phrase, each, everyone, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, nobody, somebody, someone and no one are singular and requires a singular verb. Okay, these words are singular and requires a singular verb. Now read the live description of the race and underline the singular verb. Which is the singular verb in the passage? Yes. On the track there is a shallow path and he is running fast. There is is the singular verb and he is running fast. Is a singular verb. Tarun does not notice that and he slips. Tarun does not. Does is a singular verb and slips is also a singular verb. Find out the rest in the paragraph. See the next one. Here is a paragraph about the reaction of the spectators. Fill in the blanks with a suitable form of verbs. That also you should do by yourself and answers will be given only in the next class. Okay. Now let us move on to the very important topic, that is conditional clause. Every details about it was given clearly in the last class and now let us try to do this activity. Okay, can you find out the sentence that express condition in this paragraph? Surely. No? What is condition? If there is if in a sentence, it is the conditional clause. So find out the sentence. Say, yes, you are right. If you participate and win that prize, I promise I will start training you, said Ram Narayan. Next one, if his father had not scolded him, he wouldn't have got this opportunity. Okay. In the next part, I should do so only if I was really serious about playing cricket. How will you answer it? Yes, I will train you if you want. I should do so only if I was really serious about playing cricket. Do you notice the if condition in these sentences? Now, divide the sentences you have identified into two parts. How will you divide if clause and main clause? What will you write in the if clause? If you want, I will train you. If you participate and win that race, I promise I will start training you. If his father had not scolded him, he won't have got this opportunity. If I was really serious about playing cricket, I should do so. So copy it in your textbook, okay? Be part of activity 4. Tarun fell down thrice in the race, but he did not give up. The following pictures and the statement shows his thought at different time. So before the race, what was his thought? If I practice well, I will win. After the third fall, his thought was, if I did not fall, I would win. And after the race, what was his thought? If I had not fallen, I would have won. Look at the sentences, if clause, main clause and possibility. In the first sentence, if I practice well, which tense it is? Present. So in the main clause, will be there because the possibility is likely to happen. See the next one, if I did not fall, I would win. So in the if clause, when it is past tense, in the main clause we will use would. Okay? As it is past, it is unlikely to happen. See the third one, if I had not fallen, I would have won. So it is impossible because the whole action is done. If I had not fallen, I would have. So when it is had plus V3 form, we should use would have plus V3 form because the action is already completed and it is impossible again. So the sentences containing if clause are called conditional sentences. We use conditional sentences to express possibility, imagination and impossible conditions. Okay. Now complete the thoughts of Tarun, the members of his family, Ram Narayan and Pavan. Tarun, if I had practiced before, I would have won the race. Mother, if Ram Narayan trains my son, he will win the race. Father, if my son studied well, he would get a good job. Ram Narayan, if he hadn't fallen down thrice, Tarun would have been the champion. Pavan, if Tarun had not fallen down thrice, I would not have become the winner. Brother, if I had gone to Nehru Stadium, I would have felt bad on seeing Tarun lose. So go through this table and learn well. So all the best for your exam. See you in the next class. Okay, bye.